Welcome back everyone to Just United. On Sunday we kicked off the new Premier League season with a dominant 4-0 win over West Ham United. We've set out our stall now, but obviously we can't get too carried away, not just yet. Romelu Lukaku, our new summer signing from Everton, announced his arrival at Old Trafford with 2 goals, almost got a hat-trick, would have been the perfect debut in the Premier League for his new club that. Tony Marshall also on the score sheet, alongside Paul Pogba, who made Joe Hart look a fool with that finish outside the penalty area. It was brilliant. I'll be watching that one back over and over again. We were all over West Ham for the full 90 minutes. We were a constant threat going forwards. It was encouraging to see, and hopefully it's a sign of things to come for the rest of the season for every game that we play. Maybe there'll be the odd game here and there throughout the season that we just won't hit the right notes. It happens to every team in the Premier League, but I want to see that for the majority of games now. It was exciting also, probably the best performance we've seen from a United side since the Sir Alex days. That's what we want to see. That's what we've come to know and love from Manchester United. The first goal was scored, of course, by Lukaku, our £75 million signing from Everton. It was that assist from Rashford, how he just made it look so easy. That pass through the defence just cut them in half, West Ham. And Lukaku timed his run perfectly, staying onside, picked it up on his left, struck it with his left with such power, venom, hit the post on the way in. At one point I did think it was just going to completely miss the goal altogether, but the last second it was in the back of the net. Brilliant moment, and of course it's a brilliant moment for Lukaku on his debut for Manchester United. The second goal came from Lukaku in the second half. It was that in-swinging free kick from Mkhitaryan which found the head of Lukaku. It was brilliant to see. I loved Gary Neville as well, how he picked up on Musaki for West Ham. He was the one marking Lukaku. He's the one stood behind him. Lukaku, if you go back and watch it, he's there, he's laughing, he's joking, he's tying up his laces on the boots. He's not concentrating, whereas Lukaku's there, he's stone-faced, he knows he's going to be on the end of this. And he was. He made it 2-0. He made it look so easy again. Again, what a debut for Lukaku. You just can't underestimate that strength, that presence in the air as well, which I hope we see a lot more of this season. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. Rashford almost made it 3 with that curling effort. I think that came after the second goal. That curling effort outside, or was it just inside the penalty area, had Joe Hart beaten everything, but the post just got in the way. Rashford's performance on Sunday, though, I thought he did really well. I mean, that work rate's still there. He was still terrifying defenders, especially Zabaleta, who he was going at. Zabaleta, you could see, was struggling. He was getting tired, and then Tony Martial came on to make things even worse for him. And obviously, Martial, we know, got that goal to make it 3-0. But Rashford, I think, should start next week. I'm sure he will. I don't think someone like Lingard is a regular start. Shouldn't be starting over Rashford. I mean, he does create opportunities, and we did see that. We saw the assist in the first half for Lukaku, but it was just the goal-scoring opportunities. Maybe he could have done just a little bit better. I mean, there were a few opportunities in the first half where he was running, maybe overran just a little bit too much, could have hit the ball once or twice. But yeah, I thought Rashford played really well, but it was the right decision for Mourinho to take him off and replace with Martial, of course, because Martial made it 3-0 with that direct run into the box. Again, another simple but very effective through ball, as easy as you like through West Ham's defence. They were really flagging, and we've seen that over the first weekend. Quite a lot of teams just haven't been up to scratch with their defence, really. I mean, look at Arsenal, look at Liverpool. West Ham, though, they offered very little. I did think before the game kicked off that Hernandez would score against us. He's returning to Old Trafford, returning against his former side, but he didn't. He spent more time on the actual ground than actually in the final third. But I think maybe it was because there was very little service for him, which he'd come to know when he was playing at United under Sir Alex, or when he was at Leverkusen. There was no service whatsoever. And Arnautovic came very close for West Ham when we were 2-0 up, was it? I think he flicked a header on, or he hit the crossbar. But that was it. That was all West Ham could come up with against us on Sunday. We were that good at the back. Phil Jones, tremendous in everything that he did. I think he went kind of unnoticed with his performance. Smash into anything. He doesn't care. No nonsense defending. And Daley Blind, I thought, was brilliant. He almost got on the score sheet. That volley in the second half. And it just hit the ground, didn't it? And it almost went in. I think he had Joe Hart B, but so unfortunate. We could have easily have had more goals on Sunday against West Ham. And I can't forget to mention Magic Matic. Nemanja Matic was superb, and he fully deserved that Man of the Match award after the 90 minutes against West Ham on Sunday. He was tremendous. The way he manipulated the ball, how confident he was as well for United. It looked as though he'd been playing at United for many years. But, you know, maybe it's because he's showing that confidence with Mourinho being the manager. But I still can't get over the fact that Chelsea sold Matic. We saw on Saturday they lost 3-2 to Burnley. The champions losing 3-2 to Burnley on the opening day at home. It shouldn't be happening, really. But I just can't. It absolutely baffles me that Chelsea have got rid of him. That game was screaming out for Matic. But he wasn't there because he's playing for United now. I love it. I loved how Matic took on those 3-4 players. Again, so confident going forwards, and he was all over that pitch. A real workhorse for United on Sunday. And I believe Matic had more touches and made more passes of the ball on Sunday against West Ham. For me, I think just after that performance alone, he's kind of paid off that 40 mil. I mean, 40 mil in today's transfer market after the Neymar deal, it seems like nothing. And again, I still can't believe Chelsea have got rid of him. What were you thinking, Abramovich? Why would you get rid of such a key player? So up next for Manchester United, we do travel to Swansea on Saturday. I think it's Saturday morning, isn't it? Again, I think for team selection, I think we've got to go with the same team. Let's put out the same team. That's my prediction anyway. Put out the same team that we did against West Ham on Sunday, and let's see what happens. Maybe, I think if there is to be a change, maybe take Mata out and put in Herrera, because I think Mata was playing more out wide against West Ham, wasn't he, than more central. But I think, as I say, if there is to be a change, bring in Herrera against Swansea. Let's see what he can do. But I think, you know, players like Rashford and that should stay. My score prediction for Saturday against Swansea, I'm going to go with a 3-0, a confident 3-0 win over the Swans. Lukaku on the score sheet, it maybe gets all 3 goals, gets a hat-trick on his second game for United, would be tremendous. I can maybe see Rashford getting on the score sheet. I mean, he was hungry for a goal on Sunday against West Ham, so could probably see him scoring against Swansea. Maybe even Pogba again as well for United. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, that is it for this episode of Just United. I hope you guys have enjoyed me rambling on. And of course, the face cam is a part of this series now. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to get some guests on. We'll see how things go. But for now, that is it for my review of our first game of the new Premier League season. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all soon for the next one.